All right, let's dive into one of the most important concepts in all of electricity, the big showdown between series and parallel circuits. If you can get your head around this, you'll suddenly understand how pretty much everything is wired, from a simple flashlight all the way up to your entire house. So, let's get into it. And just a quick heads up before we really get going, this is part 19 of our big 20-part series on electricity, all based on the fantastic guide from Virtualization Options LLC. We are so close to the finish line, so let's make this one count.
Okay, let's kick things off with a problem I am sure we've all run into. Picture this, you're decorating. You pull out a string of lights, you plug it in, and nothing. Ugh. And then you have to spend the next hour painstakingly testing every single bulb to find that one bad apple that took the whole thing down. So why on earth does that happen? Well, the answer is all about the type of circuit being used.
Yeah, that incredibly frustrating experience is actually the perfect way to introduce our first topic, what I like to call the all-or-nothing circuit. Let's talk about series connections.
So, what is a series circuit? Well, it's defined by its simplicity, really. You have all your components connected end-to-end, one after another, in just a single, continuous loop. The analogy of beads on a necklace is absolutely perfect here. There is only one path for the electricity to take, period.
And this diagram right here shows you that single path perfectly. You can see the current flows out of the battery, it goes through the first bulb, then it has to go through the second, and then back to the battery. There are no other options, no detours, no side streets. Everything is on one single road.
Now, this single-path design leads to some really specific behaviors. First off, the exact same amount of current has to flow through every single component. Makes sense, right? There's nowhere else for it to go. Second, the voltage from the power source gets split up and divided among all the components. But here is the absolute crucial point. If any one of those components fails, if a bulb burns out, a wire breaks, it creates a gap in the loop and the whole circuit just stops working.
And this brings us right back to where we started. Those old-school Christmas lights, they were all wired in series. So when the tiny filament in just one bulb broke, it created an open circuit, a gap in that single path, and the entire string went dark. Sound familiar?
So if series circuits have this major design flaw, what's the alternative? How do we fix this? The solution is a totally different way of wiring things up, and it's called a parallel circuit.
Now, a parallel circuit is the complete opposite of a series circuit because it gives the current multiple paths to take. Think of it less like a single-lane country road and more like a big multi-lane highway. Every single component gets its own separate branch, its own lane that connects directly back to the power source. You can see it clearly in this diagram. The current leaves the battery and then it splits up. Some of it goes down the first path through the first bulb, some goes through the second, and so on. After they each go through their own bulb, the currents all meet back up and flow back to the battery. Each light has its own independent connection.
And this design? Well, it changes everything. In a parallel circuit, every single branch gets the full voltage from the source. The total current splits up among the different branches. But here's the game changer. If one component on one branch fails, the other branches are completely unaffected. They just keep on working because their paths are still totally complete.
Okay, so now for the payoff. Let's put these two ideas right next to each other, because seeing them side by side really shows why this difference is so incredibly important in our daily lives.
And here they are. On the left, you've got that single fragile loop of the series circuit, where one little break means total failure. And on the right, you see the strong, independent branches of the parallel circuit, which gives you reliability and redundancy. The visual difference is pretty striking, isn't it? And that's because the functional difference is absolutely massive.
This table right here really boils it all down. Let's just walk through it. A series circuit, one path, the current is the same everywhere. The voltage gets divided up, and one failure stops everything. Now look at parallel. Multiple paths, the current divides, the voltage stays the same for every branch, and a failure is isolated to just that one branch. Seriously, if you remember just one thing from today, make it this slide.
So this brings us to a really practical, everyday question. When a light bulb in your kitchen burns out, why doesn't the TV in the living room suddenly shut off? Why doesn't your whole house just go dark? I think by now you probably already know the answer.
And there you have it. Your home's entire electrical system is wired in parallel. And thank goodness for that. Can you imagine how frustrating life would be otherwise? You'd have to check every single appliance and outlet in your house just because your toaster broke. No way! Parallel wiring is what makes modern life possible.
So let's just trace that path real quick. Power comes into your house at a standard voltage, say 120 volts. From there, every single outlet, every light switch, every fixture is wired as its own separate branch off that main circuit. This is what guarantees that each device gets the full voltage it's designed for, and it lets everything operate completely independently from everything else.
So there you go. We've solved the mystery of the frustrating Christmas lights, and we've figured out the brilliant logic behind your home's wiring. So the final question is really for you. Now that you know the difference, where else do you see these two fundamental circuit designs at work out in the world? Trust me, once you start looking, you're going to see them everywhere. Thanks for tuning in.